other than peanut butter, or jelly, what is the best pairing with peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Bananas.
Peanut butter?
That's like a thing,
Yeah.
though. I
What?
feel like it's like a normal thing.
She just said what other than jelly is the better option
I guess, yeah.
that goes with peanut butter.
I guess jelly's
It doesn't
the
have to
lowest.
be an obscure thing.
Can you say jam? Does that
Pickles.
count?
Why don't AJ say like Vegemite, just so you can
No.
make a land.
I've never been to Australia.
I've heard down south that peanut butter and mayonnaise is like a common sandwich.
Oh my god.
Do you at least use crunchy peanut
Is it like
butter for,
whipped together?
Like a,
Like
I don't know.
you?
You'd have to ask Mo, but she said that in North Carolina that was like a thing of like
Naturally.
peanut butter
Peanut butter
and mayo.
oh, we're live.
Hey, hey,
Hello.
greetings. Welcome to
Seasons.
another installment of Roll for Revelry. Today we will be playing a different game other than D&D. We'll be playing Sexy Battle Wizards by Grant Howitt. You can check him out on patreon.com/gshowitt. Puts out awesome one-page RPGs as well as a handful of other big book RPGs. Definitely worth checking out. But yeah, so this is one of the one-page versions, and none of us have ever played it before.
Nope.
And my notes have been this that I wrote down 30 seconds ago. So just to kind of even keep me going. So I guess we're just gonna dive right into. Oh yeah, Bob's not here today. That's why we're. Ooh, my face is on the thing with the stuff. Bob's not here today, so that's why we are kind of shaking things up. And it's Mother's Day, so we figured what
Sexy
game better to
Battle
play
Wizards.
than Sexy Battle Wizards? You know.
If there's
Because-
one thing my mother is, it is a sexy battle wizard.
Yeah.
Same.
All mother figures battle for their
Yeah.
children's survival with magic and are naturally sexy.
Like, how many times have we heard the story of a mother lifting a car off of a child? That's wizard. Maybe
It's
battle.
certainly
And sexy.
magic.
It is-
Yeah.
It's all three.
Yeah.
It's a wizard.
I don't think there's you could say like any example of anything and you'd be like, yeah, that's a sexy battle wizard.
Hamster.
Hamster wheel. No one can move
Sexy
that
battle
fast
wizard.
except for, and I'll be honest, in some circles, hamsters are probably pretty sexy.
Gerbils more so.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know the size difference. Is that the
All
issue?
right.
I want to know. I want to know the person.
Gerbil sexy.
I want to know the
Don't
person that's like, oh, gerbils, hell yeah, hamsters, get them the fuck
No,
out
no.
of here.
You have
Oh,
to ask. You
We're gonna
can't.
start doing
Dumb.
this too. This stream might not be suitable for everybody. So
What is it? NSFW? NSFW?
yeah, if you're at work watching this,
Sorry, you're working on a Sunday.
at least I don't know, like put your headphones in.
Yeah.
And don't stop watching. But
And if you have your headphones in, you might be able to hear our dog barking. That is Wilson. And he is a dog who
Wilson.
likes to bark.
Wilson is a dog. It sounds familiar.
Wilson is a dog.
All right, so sexy battle wizards. You are a I'm gonna just read the rules because that's gonna happen. You are a sexy battle wizard.
Yes, I-
Also, we're gonna be playing this game. You are a member of the College Errant, an organization based in a flying magical castle that roves the land looking for arcane disasters and fight injustice. You have precisely zero authority to do so, and the cops hate you.
Oh.
You are wanted in several countries for collateral damage caused whilst saving the world. You have 3 stats. Stat 1, sexy. Stat 2, battle. Step 3, wizard. So at any point in the game, you'll be asked to roll for sexy, battle, or wizard, in which you will roll a number of d6s according to the score that you're allocating right now. So if you would so please allocate a 1, 2, and 3 to each of the stats, giving sexy would be to charm cuties with your slick style and rockin' bod. Battle. Harm foes with your mighty martial prowess. Wizard. Weave the eldritch arts of magic.
Wilson liked that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did. Big fan. Big fan. Yeah. All right. So, do we have our stats?
Yes.
Would someone? So now we can either roll for some of our what's the term? Attributes,
Yes.
descriptions, personalities, all of these things.
Stature.
Now we can either roll for these things, or you can kind of just pick one or explain what you'd like. But the first question is, why is your character sexy?
I want to roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll too.
Roll them d6s for me if you'd like. A 1. Yes, a d6 to everyone, including and most importantly Lindsay, is a normal dice. A normal dice in almost every game that everyone has ever played a dice game
A
in.
normal die.
Yes. God, yeah, you're right.
That's
God, you're so right. I think you should switch those so you can roll on a flat surface. We've had issues.
Oh.
It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
No,
We'll
it's
talk
like
about it.
it's like feather bowl or what's the thing with the cheese
feather bowl.
wheel and you want to get it close to the feather and the
What?
Bocce ball?
no, but
Cheese wheel in the feather?
it's an oblong. It looks like a cheese wheel. It's
What
a wheel
sexy
that
battle wizard
instead
things
of
have you been doing that I don't know about?
Hey.
I played it at anyone who is around. I believe Fort Collins, Colorado. They have this at New Belgium. They're the one that's in Fort Collins. But if at New Belgium Brewing Company, shout out to Eric and all of the entire crew over there. If you want to give us some beer, that's cool. If not, you're dead to me, Eric. Anyways, it's a curved alley, like a bowling alley, right? Like a lane, right? And it's curved like this. And you don't throw a ball, you throw what looks like a wheel. But the wheel, instead of having flat on the edge that grips the ground, it's like a cheese wheel. And then so you roll it, and we'll say that my rolling tray, handmade by AJ at Dogman Games, is the lane. You throw it so that it goes up and down the lane like this, and then there's a feather sitting in on the other side, and you want to get that thing to flop down right next to the feather, closest to the feather wins.
That's a
It's a
What?
It's
perfect,
like a half pipe for cheese.
perfect game for revelry-related activities. Absolutely.
Cool.
Maybe we should build one in our backyard, Gene. We built this studio in our basement.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, go on.
what did you roll, Lindsay?
I rolled a 3.
You are known for your impeccable, pristine style.
Yeah.
That's why you're so sexy. Among other things. But I digress. Gina,
I rolled a 4.
4. Amazing bone structure.
Yeah.
Sexy, amazing bone structure.
Squidward.
Dan,
Fiver.
5. You have a ethereal grace and elegance
You goddamn
that
right.
just brings out your sexiness.
Ethereal grace.
All right, so Lindsay, can you tell me what a D10 is?
I can tell you what AJ is. Rude.
Yeah, well,
This.
that is a D10, correct. If you wouldn't mind rolling 2D10 for me to give you your combination of the weapon you wield.
2?
Alternatively, you're more than welcome to make one up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just
Are these
wield
the same?
ethereal grace?
Sure. What?
Are those the same?
Yes, they are the same. All right.
3?
Did I just get a 100?
You got a 1.
A 1! Even better.
I think so. I don't know. It depends on
Yeah,
how
it
you want
depends
to
on
do
the-
it.
The 10
go up
would be
to
the
100.
100, right? Yeah, the 10 would be
Yeah.
the 100.
Well, that is the
Well,
10.
what the hell is that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
A 1 and a 10.
1 and a 10. Cool. All right. So, a 1 and a 10 in that order. Is that
Yeah.
in that order?
I don't know what they mean, so yes.
Yeah, there needs to be an order. So whatever number you tell me first
That's
is going to
to
change what it
combine
is.
them.
Yeah, 110.
Yes. So, 1, you have a void. 10, shield. So you wield a void shield. Whatever that means to you.
Dope. I'm
Alright.
picturing like the mirror shield from the Legend of Zelda fame.
Confused.
Or like you absorb something and then it goes into
One's an
the void.
adjective and one is the noun.
Or like
Gotcha.
Black Panther's suit.
Oh.
Void shield. Gina, What did you roll?
A 7 and a 2.
A 7 and a 2 gives you an ember blades.
Oh,
Blades made of ember.
cool.
Lindsay,
Smoldering.
Just like your eyes.
you picking which one you're rolling? All right, go ahead. What's up?
I got a 10
A 10?
and a 3.
A doom whip. Which,
That's the cool. Did you look up what they are?
With
You were
your-
like, I
with-
choose this one because
with
Well,
your pristine, impeccable style, doom whip wielding.
You're a
Catwoman,
sexy
basically.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, fuck yes.
So you just mean
And you're playing this game.
Got her.
It's like the joke.
Got her.
You're already a sexy Indiana. I guess Indiana's a
State.
doesn't really, yeah, it's most definitely a state, but it doesn't really have like a bias of gender behind it.
No. Gender neutral.
I
Gender
believe
neutral
the
names.
character of Indiana
I think
Jones
any
was named after who was that? Was that Lucas or was that that starts with the S that did E.T. and all that?
Steven Spielberg.
I
Spielberg.
think
George
it was
Lucas.
George Lucas that did
Because it
Indiana
was
Jones.
whoever was the producer or director or whatever. It's their dog, I believe, was named Indiana.
That's interesting.
That's a nice little fun fact. Oh, are tips and tricks on Kickstarter called Fund Facts?
Go on. Just
So-
ignore that.
If you'd like to roll, we will then now explore your magical, your school of magic, where you draw your magic comes from.
Did
What?
we do a 10 or a 6 on this one?
6.
Okay.
A 6er.
I'm rocking a 4.
Forged says that they are from South Carolina and promise that peanut butter and mayo is not a thing.
Really?
Apparently,
Apparently the North Carolinians
I'm
is different.
I feel like they're messing with you though. They're like, oh yeah, we always do it. You know, you should definitely try it. It's
All right.
great.
Okay.
White love?
I'm sorry that I'm spreading lies against the South.
Yeah, that's
My
fair.
bad. Sorry.
All right. Your school of magic, Lindsay, would you roll
A 5.
a 5? You, with your Doom Whip and your impeccable, pristine style, you are a member of the magical school of art of hyperdimensional splendor.
I love it.
So you tell me what that means later,
I
and we'll
don't,
figure that out.
know.
Gina,
6.
the way of 10,000 mirrors. Again, whatever that means. 4, giving you the arcana of the supreme doorway,
Hell
which
yeah.
kind of just dope with your
Yeah,
etherealness,
dude.
your little doom.
I
your
am the
void
sorcerer.
shield.
I am the sexy battle wizard supreme.
Yeah.
What was the name of that again?
I
I got too distracted.
Yeah,
by
me
Doctor
too.
Strange.
The arcana of the supreme doorway.
Arcana. Doorway.
All right. So, you may ask, what do I do with these traits and
Yeah.
these, how do I play the game? When you do stuff that's intended to grant you an advantage or solve a difficult problem, roll d6 equal to the most relevant stat and pick the highest. As an example, Lindsay,
Yes.
if you wanted to charm the pants off of an individual,
It's
I would say
Literally.
roll for sexy. And you would roll the number of d6s equal to
Ooh,
your sexy stat,
cool.
in which you would take the highest of the rolls.
Love that.
And you would
So
tell
I'm
me
always rolling with advantage.
6. So you would say 6. And I would say, you nailed it.
Nailed him.
Hey, thanks for
Hey.
the Forged.
Got
Appreciate
those
you.
pants off.
Pants off. You sexied those pants
I
off.
did.
If sexy is a verb now.
Let my pants go.
Wizard can't be used to charm or harm. That's sexy and battle, respectively. So that's how
Tracks.
you differentiate between the 3. You can spend determination. See later. You can spend determination for a 1-to-1 basis for an additional dice to the pool that you're rolling.
Okay.
So if you gain a determination, and let's say you have a sexy score of 1, and you're like, man, I really need to sex it up. I'm gonna use determination, and we should have had a good
Should.
count of like how many times we say the word sex in this.
Oh, you get one of those clickers.
A sex counter.
We
A
need
sex
We
counter.
do need
No.
a sex counter.
Oh,
Click.
and I bumped life. You would then be like, "Ooh, I'm determined. I need to roll." So you'd spend your determination to then roll an extra sexy dice.
So is determination like inspiration?
Inspiration.
No,
Yes.
because inspiration would allow you to have advantage, while this would increase the pool and therefore giving you a higher opportunity to roll high.
This is like Honey Heist, where we can like increase our rotundness.
Yes.
Or was that the raccoon one?
I don't
That
know.
was
Raccoon
We played a handful of,
Yeah.
of Great Howard games.
Yeah, we had to race like
Yeah.
raccoons. That was
Yeah.
fun as hell.
That
Yeah, that was great. Maybe we'll
Soapbox Derby.
We didn't,
Or
yeah, we didn't
rotundness,
screen them.
yeah.
Maybe we'll do that one next time, or somebody else can, and I can be a raccoon. So that's
No, you are a productive DM. Sorry about that.
all I
Sorry
want
about
is
that.
one day to be a raccoon.
Play
I
with
just want to
other
dig
people.
through trash and not have people look
Yeah.
weird.
I want
How
to give
many-
all of you a hard time.
How many
So
times do we get determination?
it's you'll gain them,
Oh, okay.
and then you can spend them.
Okay.
The difficulty of whatever you're doing is related to the impact of success, not necessarily the complexity of the task. So if you, I'm not going to say it's a higher DC because it's a difficult thing for you to do, but if you want to truly impact the problem, then you're going to have to roll higher. Does that make sense? It's based on what you guys want to do and how you want to succeed versus
So you can't just like save up all your determination and then just be like, oh hey, I'm gonna completely turn the tide of this sexy wizard battle, and then you're like, no, like you can't just do that because like it's gonna be game breaking.
well, we'll see. We'll figure it out. I don't really care about breaking this game.
Live play test.
All right. So the difficulty 4 would be a standard sexy battle wizard stuff with standard results. 5 would be a audacious or risky stuff that has great
Audacious.
impact.
That breath. Yeah.
6 is a clutch against all odds stuff that can really turn the tide of a situation. So,
Okay, so that's
maybe
like
you
the-
could. Yeah.
Right.
If your highest dice beats the difficulty, you succeed. And describe what happens. I know.
Okay.
Y'all. If it's equal, you still succeed. You mark 1 stress. I will then describe what happens. Usually something bad. If you fail and it's lower, then you fail. You gain 1 stress and then you gain a determination. And then I also
Works in
describe
fire.
how you screwed up. Stress can represent, but is not limited to, arcane feedback, Fortean phenomena, injury, madness, sadness, anger, embarrassment, exhaustion, or jealousy.
Ooh.
But is not limited to. When you fail, if you have a total final stress, if your stress is equal or is higher than the highest dice you rolled, so you've accumulated 6 stress, and you roll,
Stressful.
you have to roll 6s,
Full of stress.
or you will explode, burst into a magic cloud, and reform in the Chapel of Ages inside the College Errant,
What?
sending you back to your spawn point, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm right.
After a little while, and then your stress in your determination reset to 0, and then you can regain the group. So there may be something that you come across, you explode into a however you want to explode. Really, you're just not there for a little bit, and then you're there again because permadeath is not a sexy
Not
or
fun for
battle
one shot.
or wizardy thing. Yeah.
Death.
Although I really want to be like, give me your sheet and rip it up. I've never done that. All
Or
right,
like
so
slowly burn a corner when you're at 2 of 3 death saves.
ooh,
Ooh.
like it's starting to burn. And then
So many ideas here.
so, now that we have our characters, now that we know how to play, are there any questions?
No.
Yes.
I gotta go upstairs really quick.
Okay, so it is. That was a question.
Yep.
You're like,
So
no, I
you
don't
get-
have a question. Totes.
Do you have to
Um,
grab Revelry for everyone since you're
Yes.
upstairs though?
1, 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Revelry. It's a good running joke that we all have.
Oh, speaking of running jokes, I don't have a joke about running. I just have a joke in general. Why? Hey, Forged X, I got a joke for you. Since you're the only one in chat right now. Why do you knock on a fridge before you open it? You know, AJ?
No, why?
It's in case there's a salad dressing.
I don't get it.
Putting clothes on. Dressing.
Oh, I get it. Like dressing, like clothing.
Yes.
I want to go the other way.
Hey.
Do you know
Hey,
how
AJ.
much
I might just turn all this up. I'm sorry.
Oh, what are
a
you
chimney
doing?
costs?
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
you're
trying
good.
to move this little.
You should be able to rotate the camera
That way.
if you want.
Is that better?
It is a
So
little
that I
bit more centralized, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to be able to sit normal and not hit my head in the camera.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. So.
Oh, AJ,
Yeah, Dan.
I met a microbiologist the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit bigger than I thought they'd be.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
It's a great joke.
It's an okay joke.
Fucking guy.
This fucking guy. I don't really have any jokes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any jokes.
We had to look at how much a new chimney's gonna cost. The guy came out and he said, "Don't worry about it. It's on the house."
Oh.
My dad had a holiday variant of that as well for around the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
And he said, how much does Santa's sleigh cost? And he goes, don't worry about it. It's on the house.
Oh. Shingles. Something about shingles.
That's what I thought too. Like,
Shingle.
what do you just throw shingles until you make it rain?
Nope, they're on the house. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are on the house, AJ. It's better than being on the ground.
Oh, we lost. We have -5 viewers
Yeah,
somehow.
we
That was
actually
crazy. I don't know how it worked.
No, oh shit.
I feel like
Forged
you could say
X was
something
like,
about,
oh, these guys are cool. Like, I'm gonna follow and make them only 16 followers
psych.
away from
Psych.
affiliate. Psych.
like, why is getting a new roof so expensive? It shouldn't be that expensive. It should be on the house.
Oh, that's so much better than mine.
Hey, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Why do you knock on a fridge before you open it?
Oh, we're just redoing them now?
In case there's a salad
I
dressing.
was just gonna say that. Yes. Yes.
So I hope you've all spent your short mini break time well spent. I don't know how that sentence
I
worked.
You spent it well.
Because I would very much like you to tell me what your name is as a sexy battle wizard. Describe yourself a little bit, and we'll dive into our sexy episode.
I got my name.
I'm so
Sex
bad
percent.
at creating names. Gina, why are you so good at creating names?
'Cause I was thinking about it before. Like, you remember that thing that was like,
I
your
already have
porn
Lindsay's.
star name would
You
be your first pet's name and the house that you grew up on?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The street name? Yeah.
So I'm going to be Lula the Lascivious. Lascivious?
Like you're trying to say mischievous and lusty at the same
No,
time?
lascivious is a word. Lascivious.
Mischievous.
I don't know how to-
I've never heard of that.
I'm in.
Doesn't
for
mean
the
that it's not a
portmanteau
word.
of
She knows
lust
a lot
and
of words I
mischievous
haven't
at
heard
the
of.
same time.
I love that. Luscivious.
I'm here for it.
Lula.
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 It's pronounced
Lula?
lascivious.
Oh.
And
Lascivious.
it means
Lascivious.
feeling or revealing an
really?
overt and often offensive sexual desire. And
Oh.
then he gave her a lascivious wink.
Let me see what
Oh.
your lascivious.
Hey.
This is terrible because you're my beautiful wife and I love you. You
Oh,
look like from Arrested Development.
Yes!
Like doing the like.
All right, Dan. Oh, tell us which Lula. What does Lula look like, and like a synopsis of all of her things that we rolled because I don't remember.
With her amazing bone structure and ember blades, I'm imagining that she looks like the Red Witch from Game of Thrones.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, cool,
She has
cool,
like,
cool.
really
Yeah.
nice bone structure.
Totally.
Hell yeah.
What's your blades?
They look like just normal like blades when I like they go out until I like draw them, and then I just go feeling hot, 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 and then
Good. Good. Oh. I
And
can't
then
ask for a
and
better.
then they turn into ember blades.
And then they're ember.
Yeah. Yep,
Cool, cool,
that's
cool.
what that means.
Cool, cool. All right. What's your next?
You apparently have a name for me.
Well, but you were talking about Indiana Jones, and I thought of Indiana Bones, and that was funny. 'Cause it makes it sexier.
Also, double dog name. Indiana Bones.
Oh, because of
Like
bones, not like sex bones,
Indiana Bones.
but physical.
She's not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
That's okay. It's not. Doesn't have to be your name. I just thought of something that
That's
was
the evil
hilarious.
sexy battle wizard that we're gonna
That is
fight.
really
Yeah.
funny though.
I can go next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Wanderbeak.
Wanderbeak. Cool.
How do you guys come up with these?
That's just James Vanderbeek, but with German
W.
accent.
Yeah. James Vanderbeek. He
James
speaks like this.
Shamsi Vanderbeek.
He is a sexy of one. He has a battle of two and a wizard of three. Of
Drei.
dry.
I don't know.
I only know it
Dry.
from
You're
Cool
supposed to go
Runnings.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you learn nothing from Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
I learned
Eins,
If
zwei,
we've learned
drei.
anything,
Right?
we've learned anything.
Eins,
That's
zwei,
the one
right?
thing as a nation we've learned. Thank you, Quinn.
each man under my control needs to give me 100 Nazi scalps. That's what I remember the most, and he wants his scalps. I have James Van der Beek has this is serial grace about himself. Yes. And he with a sexy score, or how you say sexy, of ein. I don't know.
Did they start with the middle finger?
With a sexy score of ein.
Work their way down.
Ein, eins, dreins. Somebody who speaks German is gonna be so mad.
They already hate us.
This is a serial grace. Is dark blue robes. That's how you say it, robe. Yes,
Yeah,
robe.
you said it right.
Robe.
Yeah. You nailed it,
And
James.
on the left arm, a small buckler shield. Buckler.
Bugleo.
Buckler
That's
shield.
very French.
And just kind of like can take the glancing blows like that. And then the ropes very wizard-like. The sleeves hang
Much like Visa.
much like sleeve of wizard.
All right.
And I found the school of Arcana Supreme Doorway, which how you say in German.
This accent
Yes.
very offensive. Sorry. All of Germany, I think.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of Europe.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Lula, James, and
Harmonious Gronger.
Harmonious Gronger. Groan.
Harmonious.
Harmonious.
It's beautiful.
Harmonious. All right, Harmonious. You guys made it super easy for me to just kind of say your names over and over
Absolutely.
again.
Airy.
Harmonious. Would you like to describe yourself?
Yes, I envision myself, since I have impeccable, pristine style. I don't know why I keep like thinking of. She really wasn't a witch, but
Doesn't have
or a
to be.
wizard. I keep envisioning myself like Kate Beckinsale from Underworld.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of superhero
Cool.
landings.
Yes.
Lots of leather,
Yes, lots of leather.
tight leather,
pristine,
doom whip.
Doom whip, exactly. That's how I
Gratuitous
like,
gunshot.
tie that all
Dominatrix.
together. Yes, absolutely. And since I'm from like the magical
James
school
Van der
of
Beek
art
digs it.
of hyperdimensional splendor, I imagine like my whip just kind of goes into like four. It kind of. Oh, how do I want to describe
It's a
this?
flailed whip.
Yes, like it's
A whip of four tails.
yes.
4.
Well, it looks like there's four, but it like trails, right?
Oh.
Because it's in 4 dimensions.
It's a time whip.
Yes.
A doom time.
A doom time whip.
What time is it? Doom
Doom
time.
time.
Whoosh.
Exactly.
That was I got a little bit of chills from that. I wanted to be like, that's dumb, but it was really cool.
That's really stupid.
I thought about
I want-
doing that.
I want that.
And if you order now, you get this.
That's funny.
Ship in a bottle. I want that.
Sorry, I didn't go into too much detail.
Oh yeah, it's okay. No, it's all right. The detail was,
Harmonious.
wanting.
Harmonious groan.
So, as sexy battle wizards, you are indeed a member of the College Errant, about a castle flying about the sky. That's what's supposed to be in the background of the. Right? Nope, right here.
Oh, now I can see it's
Right
a
here.
castle. It looks
It's
like
castle. It's
it's a
supposed to be
city.
like floating in the background.
Over there, AJ.
Um,
Don't do that.
so
Oh,
So
you're
yeah,
gonna pull it.
as members of the College Errant, you are currently in the Chapel of Ages. Things are large and bountiful. There's long, big spires and columns in the chapel. The chapel isn't really
Vintage sexual.
yeah, but everything's very sleek.
Flying buttresses.
Flying buttresses, yes.
Very
It's-
svelte, Jim.
The chapel is not necessarily there's felt there.
Svelte.
Okay, so the chapel's not necessarily like a pews or anything like that, but just one big arcane circle made of felt. And that would be your spawn point. And as you arrive from your latest mission, you all arrive in the Chapel of Ages, fully successful from what was your last mission, guys? What did you do to complete?
We were sent. Heaven sent, if you will. We were sent to go save the children. There was an evil witch. We went to go save the children. She was in the bog. You remember? She was in the bog. She had two sisters. And we went ta-ta-ta with our sexy. And we went ta-ta-ta. This our battle. And we went sa-sa-sa. This our visit. And we defeated them non-sexy, non-battleless witches.
Yes, we did.
All right,
And
so
we saved the children.
you've destroyed the forest and much of the environment, housing animals and everything else, to rid the world of these three witches in the bog.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys, didn't you remember the
Yeah.
beginning? You guys are kind of like, as sexy battle wizards in general, you're just kind of chaotic and destructive.
Yes.
You're wanted in several countries for collateral
Oh,
damage.
yeah.
Sokovian Accords
Okay.
kind of thing. Yeah.
All right.
But you're a floating island full of wizards, and you are three of a college of wizards. So there's a handful of you, and as you arrive back into the Chapel of Ages, completely successful. What do you guys want to do while you're in the College Errant? What would you do after a successful battle and kind of ready for chill mode? Or
I'm going to. I have so much blood on my robes. I need to change my robes. I'm going to go down to the how you say launder department, and we are going to. I'm going to at least just see if my new robes are ready.
all right. So you head down to the laundry department,
Yeah.
turn your robes
Yeah.
in,
Yeah,
and
stand there in my svelte form
in your svelte form.
with a sexy underbar
In your sexy underva.
silk.
At that time, over the wizard-like intercom, you hear. I guess what's your team's name?
I was going to say the boners, but that's really
Cool.
We are the bonus! Yeah!
Over the sexy intercom, boners,
Bueller.
boners. Please report to the library immediately. Drop everything you're doing and report to the library.
We must go to the library, huh?
Thank goodness I kept my clothes on.
The emperor wears no clothes. Says Vanderbeek, no clothes necessary. We go to the library. Accent is changing.
Yeah, it is. I
Good.
love it though.
Offend as many cultures as you can. That's the best part.
Hey, the bearded white guy offending cultures. It's kind of like what we do best.
Jesus.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
a joke. Please, internet, don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
I joke.
So you,
Hey.
what are you guys doing? You
I'm gonna go up to the library.
Vamos follow along. We must look on the web.
so you run down the halls, which I imagine are much like the halls of Harry Potter Wizard Castle. Hogwarts.
Harry Potter was
34 people in the chat were like,
Hogwarts. Hogwarts. So yeah, you guys head down, and there's a handful of people that are just kind of watching you run, and there's a super dope sequence, like a slow motion running, and you're all like running to battle or like walking up
in my
majestically
impeccable style.
in your impeccable style, leading the way, I assume. And behind you is Lula. Ooh, it's gonna be a rough ride. Lula and James Van de Beek, in the almost nude,
yeah.
but still sexy as ever.
I've never seen a butt before.
Wait, are you naked? I thought you were in your underwear.
It's cheeky on the butt.
It's cheeky. In your cheeky underwear.
Yeah.
You head down, and there's like people. It's like you guys walking in Armageddon towards the
Yes.
just very majestic and heroic. You make your way to the library, and you see a very sexy librarian in a white deep cut blouse, and just this exquisite bone structure and eyes that are ice blue, looking over with their glasses on, and he goes, "I'm so." He goes, "Boners. I'm so glad you're here.
Boy,
I'm
I'm glad y'all popped up.
Yeah. You've been on my mind all day. We need your help. There seems to be an issue with our book guardians.
What's the issue?
Well, as you know, all of our books have sacred writings and all of our spells in them. And we keep book constructs made of pages and book covers and leather bound. Wink.
Love.
To
We're only
protect our
focusing on the
books.
sexy, not the battle or the wizard.
We're getting there. But they've gone awry, and I'm not sure why.
Stop rhyming now. I read it.
Anybody want a peanut?
Anybody want to beat it? You have to stop them now. Boners, you're our only hope.
Well, I suppose we better be on our way.
Lindsay's version of sexy is just
Lots of shoulder.
lots of shoulder.
We've got your backs
He goes, thanks.
and your leather-bound bind books.
Alright.
Yeah.
He says in
I
the
like back up to her.
sleek, almost nude.
You're too
So,
cheeky.
Pretty close.
as you guys enter the library, you notice there's a handful of rows of books, and in it there are occasionally these shadows that you see moving past.
Imagine it from like the movie The Page Master.
Exactly like that, but with
What a nostalgia
less
trip.
Macaulay Culkin.
So good.
Yeah. You usually go to a hardware store and get these 10 nails during a thunderstorm, kid. What a way to advance the plot.
He was moving along.
That's hilarious. I never really thought about that, you know.
Eh.
Oh god. Okay, sorry to get off topic. Okay. So we see these Do you see those shadows over there? We should go investigate.
How would you like to investigate?
In a vest.
I'm gonna walk over there and with my eyes.
Cool. So you walk over there and you look with your eyes, and just before you glimpse, there's the shadow moves, and a flurry of pages behind it, loosely flying in the wind from the breeze, from their movement.
A question for the
I do
GM.
this every week.
With the wind going around, like with the books, right? Like the pages kind of. What's the temperature of the room? How my nipples looking?
It's like a big stone castle, so peaky
Blinders.
blinders.
Because they'll blind you. Poke your eyes out. We're
Oh.
getting too deep into this.
You'll poke your eye out,
We're
kid.
getting too deep into
I
this.
feel
What's
it.
that?
Very chilly, yeah?
Well, you don't have any robes on, so that makes sense.
Roped in the mind, if you will. What's over there?
I just saw a flutter of pages. Something just ran past a bunch of books. I think.
Did you see anything? Too busy looking at the cheeky end of it, I see.
Please don't flatter yourself, James. Nobody is looking at you in your underwear.
Moira Rose, lady.
Yeah,
Turn.
Rose.
My robe.
Underwear.
Under
James.
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 Good. All right. So we've all got our characters. You're, yeah. All right.
I'm gonna shout. Whoever's there, the boners are here. So
She said bone.
no, it's gonna get good.
you better be careful.
Don't make this any harder than it has to be. Come show yourselves.
Roll for sexy, both of you.
And now we roll however many dice we pick for our scores, right?
Correct.
Gotcha.
5.
Five.
I rolled 2 5s.
You see, from around the corner, this creature made of books entirely, and they're not necessarily static. They're like kind of swirling around what would be the arm structure, and their hand is a open book. As it opens and plops down, turns the corner, and you see an enormous tome growling at you with pages shooting out of its mouth.
Okay, from my way of 10,000 mirrors, I say, just take a look at how ridiculous you look. And I make a big mirror apparate in front of
Nice.
Roll wizard.
Excellent.
3.
3. I believe 3 fails, and you gain 1 stress and 1 determination. And as the mirror, this mirror apparates in front of it, it lets out another papyrus roar, and it shoots out these papers that paper cut the mirror, and it shatters in front of you.
Oh.
I'm gonna take out my doom whip. And because of my art of hyperdimensional, I'm gonna try to hit him in 4 different dimensions.
Cool.
Badass.
Roll for battle. 5. Success. Tell me what happens.
I take out my whip and I swirl it around my head and go right across. And it's like 4 different times it gets hit.
Knocked through time. Cool. The book slams through 4 times against its own face.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm very cold.
What are you doing?
I'm very cold. My nipples could cut glass if you could. I take my voice shield and I
You're naked
Whisper.
except
Fully
for your
armed.
voice.
Fully armed, but it is
Yeah.
underbar. Cheeky underbar.
yeah. I take my buckler shield and put it close and I whisper to my hand and I cast a bunch of Wasser onto this book golem.
The waters.
Book gold.
No,
Sure,
okay.
sure is. Sure.
Uh,
Anybody
yeah.
speaks German, please call me wrong. I believe it's Wasser.
Wolfer of Wizard. Oof, I'm done there.
6.
Oh, yeah, you did. What happens
It
as you turn the tide with this water?
good one. High five.
I did not mean it intentionally.
Hey, better be lucky than good.
Yeah, I
right?
guess.
I mean, that's why luck is in my opinion, the best feat. What happens? I'll tell you what happens. The Vasa hits it, and nothing happens at first. It's just kind of like a
Tell
soggy.
you what happens. Nothing.
The book golem looks like he's a little sad or soggy, but as he goes to move, the Vasa hits with the glue in the bind, and it begins to undo the bindings. With each move, it becomes a little more loose.
All right. So as it becomes loose, you see the movement of this creature, and it falls down to the ground, motionless.
This no ropes.
I'm gonna go up to it and try to poke it to see if it's still alive.
Roll for. You go up and you poke it. I don't know what to roll for. So you're just gonna go up and poke it.
Sexy. Poke.
I will go up to it.
What are you trying to? Poke it. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Roll for sexy. Cool. Tell me what happens with this sexy poke.
I go up to it and I'm like, "Are you dead?" And it doesn't move. So I assume yes,
Yeah.
it is dead.
All right. It is dead. You heard it here, ladies and gents. It is dead. What are you guys doing?
Was is the books is made of? Was is like a theme for all these books?
I didn't check. We don't have like an intelligence like.
These
These stats are hard.
Just make it up.
I'm gonna do a wizard check. I'm gonna do a wizard check and
Good call.
see if there's like a theme about the books.
All right.
2, 4, 5.
All right. So these books all have dealings with angels and devils.
Interesting.
Shoulders above the rest.
Streets ahead. Oh, yep.
Streets behind.
But
It's that's my line.
I say to him, what did you find?
As books about angels, some books about devils. Overall, kind of like a religious zealousy theme to it. Don't know. Mean anything to you?
No.
No.
What about you? Is there anybody else around? Is there anybody else around?
They only called us for this one monster. Could they not have taken care of it themselves? This was a trivial waste of our time.
Speak for yourselves. I used a whole spell slot on that.
Oh, supposed. Oh, that's funny.
Was that 4th level? Okay, it was the powerful Vasa.
Well, we all must start somewhere.
I likes you. You do no harm. You seems like you take no shits. You take no shices. That's German for shit. I sure hope it is. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is.
Sure. All right.
Yeah. It's the one thing I learned from my German exchange student.
Lindsay now the keeper of the German guard over here.
Yeah.
No.
So,
I'm not.
so the book destroyed.
Move your big head.
Rotate this way, and then Gina do the same.
Stay out of my camera.
No.
Set out of your friend.
All
There
right.
we go.
So as I keep doing it too. There we go. So as you're checking out this book and you realize it's made of angels and demons, outbursts. I forgot what his name was. I was gonna make a
Da Vinci.
what's his name? Jim Brown joke. So he's the writer of so.
I didn't know that.
Just as you are poking around, you see the librarian running up. How could you? My books!
Calm down. We took care of the monster.
I'm sorry that you're upset, but that thing was attacking us.
That thing is the keeper of these books.
Well, you should have been more specific.
Well, how can I trap you all in these books if you've killed my creation?
You're the evil one!
What?
He goes, "Come to life, my pretties!" And two more of these book golems pop out of the wall. Nope, shelves off of the shelves and apparate next to him, and he goes, "Get him!" Yes.
He said, let the
I'm
body
gonna say-
movement, but just tell them to come get us, right? And I cast 2 water bolts at him.
Roll a wizard check.
651.
What do these water bolts do?
They do the same thing as before, but these ones are a little bit leveled up, if you will. So they definitely feel a little sluggish. The glue in their bindings is falling and catching their
You hit
joints.
both of them?
And it's just
All right.
in separate streams,
Love that.
split streams, if you will.
Okay.
I take out my swords and go, feeling hot, hot, hot. And they catch a flame. And that's battle, right?
Yeah.
2. But I'm going to add my determination die to that, right? That's how that works?
Sure.
Yep. For a 3. That didn't...
That also fails. So as you ignite your ember blades, and you mark a second stress.
Okay.
And another determination. You ignite your blades and you start swiping through, and as you swipe through, because the books are wet, your blades just sizzle. Going out, extinguishing them.
It's getting a little
Obviously.
steamy in here.
I feel the heat too.
My nipples now soften.
I cast soften.
Well, it's steam. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
When's the last time you were in a sauna and saw a stiff nipple? That's rarer than a stiff nipple in a
I
sauna.
typically try not to look at others' nipples
what
when
I-
I'm in a
That's what
sauna.
I always say.
Try not to.
Mistake.
Well, Sinai.
So what is everybody doing?
Oh, shit. I feel like my school class is really awesome, but also very hard to, like, think of something to do.
So the fourth dimension is time related, right? In real life? I don't know.
What's hyperdimensional, so it's not just for like, I guess I can go to each different dimension and do shit.
What 4 infinity stones do you have?
Time.
Space, time, power.
What's another one?
Oh, the Infinity
Soul.
Stones?
Yeah.
There's a Soul Stone, a Mind Stone,
Mine.
Time Stone, Space, and Reality. No,
Nine.
power. There's not a soul stone. There's a power
Time.
stone.
No, the soul stone is the yellow
Power.
one.
That's the mind stone. In the comics, they name them differently than they. All right. Welcome to our MCU
We could take a
podcast.
dig deep.
Welcome to We Have a Bunch of ADHD
Yeah.
on this table.
Welcome to We See You.
Yeah.
We talk about the MCU.
We're nerds too.
So mind, time, power. So I like this. So I can like associate
Sure.
with all that. Okay, mind, time, power. And what's another one I should do? Space.
Sure. So what are you doing now?
I'm going to use the power of mind and try to control this sexy librarian into stopping controlling his,
Soggy books.
yes,
Roll a
wizard check.
wizard check.
4.
4. So you succeed, but it's a standard. Describe what happens in a mild way. Because you succeed, but it wasn't a grandiose success. Right? Is that how that works?
No, I don't know.
It is a
Oh, it
mild
meets.
success.
So it meets. So
Okay.
I'm going to describe what happens, and
Okay.
you mark 1 stress. So
I thought if it was it meets, it beats.
that was D&D. We're playing a different game.
Played SB Dub.
And you still beat it. You just mark success because you beat it and you didn't get the whole SP. You didn't get the whole super success.
Fine.
Sure. So as you
I look at him, I go,
and try to what did you say you were gonna use?
get into his mind so he
Oh,
stops
into his
like
mind to stop.
controlling
Is that a
the
blue steel or a
And
magnum?
he goes,
both.
his jaw
Blue
drops,
Magnum.
looking at you with your blue magnum look. He goes, oh. And lots of eyebrows interact between the two of you, and he's fixed on you for the moment, but not. You haven't broken his mind. He hasn't been broken by
Okay.
your leather and whip. But
I was trying to get in with my impeccable, pristine style gaze.
sure.
Okay.
Like her makeup is just perfect on point. It draws attention to the pupils
Yes.
in a hypnotizing.
My eyes
You
are
look
also
over, he
ice
goes,
blue.
How did you get your makeup to look so?
Lots.
And he shakes his pecs
Pecs?
back and forth as he says that.
Impeccable.
Lots of
I can't do
time
it.
in practice.
You're contouring. So.
Oh my god, get to the room. What are you guys two doing? Are we fighting?
I don't
Or are we
know.
laughing? That's, we could fix this book.
What does everybody else do?
I'm gonna look at one of the book golems and say, wouldn't it be nice to just curl up with me next to a fire? I know I love curling up with a good book next to the fire. Let's stop all of this. I'm gonna use my other determination.
What are you charming?
First, yeah, to charm.
sexy?
Sexy dice.
Sexy dice.
Sexy dice. 4.
4. You you have this this book golem kind of crouches down, all wet and soggy still, and starts to lay down next to you
Aw. How
in a
cute.
sexy way. You see a demonic angel romance novel unfold from its paw.
A lovely night in. Do I get a stress for rolling a 4?
Yes.
Yes.
I say, what's the freaking's wrong with you? And I throw another water cannon at the one that's not currently being curled up with, I guess. Like I said, we're really embracing the sexy.
Yeah.
I'm really
I love
getting
it.
the wizard.
It's not just called Battle Wizard.
653.
All right.
And it does the water, since it's already kind of soggy, you know, like it's not made out of Bounty. Procter and Gamble, get at us. It just right through it, just
What was
like
that
it.
motion?
It was like
But we're leaning too heavy into the sex.
if this is sexy.
It's sexy to some people, I'm sure.
I'm sure any of it is sexy to someone. And that's okay.
Team Ramrod.
Oh.
It
What-
goes right through. Oh, I forgot. And it goes right through and creates a hole in the middle of this book golem. More like a book golem now.
All right, so the librarian with his two golems down looks over and still caught by your gaze in your makeup. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna try to whip this librarian out of shape.
Is that like a space thing? Yeah. All right, battle. Roll
I'm
battle.
rolling battle.
Battle.
5.
Whoosh! And as you strike your whip, distracted by the gaze, what happens?
My whip is going to. Oh, God. I wish I knew his health points.
Enough. I don't know.
It's my whip is going to spurt off like into 4 different ones and
Okay.
hit every one of his limbs. Yeah.
And you see the striking of these limbs, and as each limb goes limp, he falls to the ground. He goes, "He's so strong. All of you. I was no match."
What's a bonus? Never. The blood coursing through our veins makes us stronger.
I also swiped
Oh,
that, so
I don't know which one that is.
I don't either. I don't know if it's the
That
deny. I've
Yay
never.
or nay?
I don't know. I've never been.
I
there.
swipe yay.
I swept. Yeah.
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 So just as he falls to the ground, he leans back and he goes, "Oh, my bosses are not to be." Or no, that's your voice. He goes, "My bosses won't be happy." And he looks up and opens his chest, and you see this luxurious mane. And he reaches out, and out of his chest bursts a demon,
Oh.
flapping their wings, and this incubus spawns from the chest, and he goes, "You will not end our plans this day." And that's where we're going to take a break.
Wow.
Epic incubus.
An epic incubus indeed.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah,
Are we done? That's fun.
we're on a break, not yet, but
Yeah, whenever. Right now?
sure.
Yeah.
Doing it right now.
That's where we're going to take a break.
Ah.
All right, welcome back to Roll for Revelry. We are taking a little bit of a break from D&D this week. We'll be back 2 weeks from now, actually, with our persistent campaign that we got going on. But yeah, so with that, we chose to we were missing Bob this week, so we chose to play a game called Sexy Battle Wizards by Grant Howitt. Put some out on his Patreon. And yeah, you can check them out at patreon.com/GSHowitt. But yeah, we have Lula, James,
Yeah.
and Harmonious,
Yes.
are 3 sexy battle wizards, currently in the library, having just fought off a librarian that was hell-bent on capturing them in books or stories or something like that. I don't know.
Hellbent.
I don't know. And I was that librarian.
Demon.
Yes, and then upon their defeat, the group found out that they were indeed hellbent, and you've found that a demon erupted from the luxurious mane-like chest of this librarian. As he was defeated in battle. Oh, that's my face. So this incubus spawned from the chest of this librarian and has now started summoning imps from the hells below.
Oh.
And 7 imps pop up and
Dang.
start swooping down at you with their little pitchforks, poking your behinds, specifically targeting for your butts.
But it's so exposed.
Okay. I'm gonna, with the way of 10,000 mirrors, I'm gonna make several mirrors apparate in strategic points around the library so that it's like the super shiny dishwasher in Jurassic Park where the Velociraptor goes
Oh,
to run
okay.
at it
Yeah.
and hits its head.
I
and
love that.
It's deceiving.
So you place a bunch of mirrors strategically placed to be your butts.
Yes. So it
And
thinks
as
that
they
it's
go
going
to
her-
poke your butt,
Yes. They hit the mirror instead.
Can I imbue the mirrors with some heaven energy so that when they stabs them, if they're demons, they're like, I'm the demon and this is heaven energy.
Yes. There's 10,000 mirrors, so that's one of the types of mirrors is the heaven energy mirror, so that's possible.
Can I make them all that mirror with my magic?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you have to, I think.
so
have to
you both
for
roll
it.
for your magics.
5.
Your wizards. Apologies. It's,
Okay.
Yep. So you both roll for your magics, and you got a 5 and a
5.
5. So what happens that you've succeeded, but not outrageously destroyed these beings?
So the imps crouch down.
So
they go,
wait. Oh, so I guess officially you met it instead of bet it. So what does that mean? Means all right. If it's equal, you succeed. Mark 1 stress.
How many stresses is bad?
If your highest roll is equal to your stresses, you poof and spawn back.
How many stresses you have?
4.
4 stresses. God, that's contagious.
If
Yeah.
your what is met with your stresses?
Your whatever you roll.
The highest rule.
Oh.
I know.
So,
How do you lower your stress level?
you
Go to the
Bam.
spa.
Go to the spa, James.
yeah, you die. You bam. You poof.
No, how do you? No, he's saying how do you diminish your stress level?
Yeah,
like how do
I
you
don't
get?
think you can,
Can't?
with the exception of
Oh dang.
Wizards not so into the
just
mindfulness.
happens. Yeah.
Oh.
So these mirrors pop up, all showing your luxurious rumps, and as the demons go stabbing into them, the holy energy needs to line up with the exact moment that they strike the mirror, and it's just off kilter. So you see these imps smashing into the mirrors, and breaking some of them, but the energies are just off, so they don't disintegrate into holiness. So yeah, bummer. But
Good
you all
fun.
get a great shot while this whole setup of each other's butts. And this incubus goes, "I see your butt." Apparently, that's his voice.
How's this looking?
It's supposed to be like Dave Grohl's devil. Is what I was thinking.
Take a good look. You won't be seeing it for long.
We'll see about that. Ah, and he is shirtless. I don't know. Sure. It's just Dave Grohl.
Oh my god.
Not even in the devil form of it. It's just Dave Grohl. So yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm not wearing a shirt. Right? Because I'm just in my underwear. But,
Cheeky.
very cheeky. Mostly like a song.
Sing song.
No, you know, do you wear them
I get it.
on your pants? They keep you tight.
So like a banana hammock?
I guess you could swing on them, yeah. Is it gross? Is it gross? I go to tear my robes off when I because he was shirtless demon librarian.
You have robes on now?
No, but I go to do it and I realize I've already done. So I just play with the hamburger meat a little bit. Try to charm Z.
The shirtless to match the sexuality of the shirtless incubus.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same pitch, yes.
Roll for sexy.
I got one. It's two.
2. He goes, "This is a chest main. That's weak."
Is this mean? Cat controls the hairs across my body. It shaves this, it just kind of doesn't come in. It's just patchy. It's rude.
So what are you girls doing?
I'm going to use my power of the hyperdimension. And I'm going to choose the power of time. I'm going to try to slow their time that they're in.
Okay.
So they slow down.
All right. Roll for wizard.
I also have one, so I have to add another one.
1 stress or
I
1
have 1 stress.
determination.
I have 1 stress because I meet and did not beat.
So then you don't worry about that. If your highest roll is a 1, then you're gonna burst into magic energy.
God. 4.
So you met it.
Dang it. So
You
I
gain a stress, and as you attempt to slow down time, you instead slow down your own time. And you something was off, so the imps are at full speed, poking your butts.
And I'm like,
It's like a Tina Belcher moment. It's just, they're
Ow.
like, but you're like in
Ow.
slow motion, like the kid from the what is it? The lotion.
Yeah, with the
Suntan lotion.
Yeah.
dog.
So yeah,
Yep.
it's dogs, and he's like, "Oh, there's a dog bite my butt." Is apparently a child's voice. So
pretty good.
yeah. So in slow motion, but because you're in slow motion, I'll give you guys re-rolls on your sexy for the next roll. Sure.
oh my gosh. Love that.
Because you're, and even like your hair is like. Those are the sounds of slow motion.
Mm.
You ever watched a Michael Bay film or Zack Snyder? Anything from Zack Snyder is just slow and then like a quick stab and then like slow again.
Yeah.
300.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of what's it called where there's the light in the corner? The lens flare.
which I can't stand because my eyeballs don't do that. I don't know about
Flare?
your guys' eyeballs. No.
You're not a sexy battle wizard.
Lens flare.
Can
No.
anyone guess lens flare?
What you
I would
cast one spell 3 times and literally your imagination is all of your spells.
I would like to blind all of those little demons.
How are you blinding them?
I do get to rerolls my sexies. So I will, with a smile and a little bit of a wink.
A wink. Oh, a wink you say.
Huh?
A 5. And a 1, so a 5.
A 5. All right. So as you turn and you smile and in slow motion, there's a sparkle in your teeth and a wink that shines. And as you wink, what happens as you beat this this DC, so to speak? So what happens with your wink?
They're no longer stabbing us in the butts. They're just stabbing. They never catch purchase with anything it's a stabbies. But they just stab it.
So they just stabbies.
That's a very quiet. We can sneak on them.
So
You sound like Nandor now. Like you're German and no more.
good.
No hygienic.
So these creatures have been blinded by this wink and smile from James. And in slow motion, what are you guys doing in slow motion while they are just stabbing?
I'm gonna look at the main devil guy and say, I've heard of devilish good looks, but this is just ridiculous. 2 6s.
Two
Nice.
6s. What happens?
He doesn't have a witty comeback, and he is just enthralled by my angular, just protruding cheekbones. Just
He just looks over and just, your bones! I must have them!
cannot possess my bones.
No!
Possess my heart, though, if you play your cards right. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure.
yep. He's charmed.
He is enamored by your bone structure and your sexiness, sexosity,
While he's charmed, somebody
Dexterity.
should stab him.
sexterity.
I love that. That is good.
Roll for sexterity.
Stole that from the game Munchkin, which is
Ooh.
fantastic.
Oh, such a good game. Love it.
Dexterity +1.
Hey.
Love that.
Hey.
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 The sexy munchkin. Yeah. All right.
Represent
So,
the Lollipop Gang. Not that one.
God.
Lollipop,
So I guess
that's
since
my-
he's charmed, please, there's no need for all of this butt poking. Can't we all talk like civilized adults?
Yes, can't we end the butt shed?
He goes, well, how do you communicate without poking butts?
We touch butts.
Can you show me?
Only if you stop with the aggressive butt
Thank
touching.
you.
Roll for sexy.
This is the Tina Belt.
It is quite a Tina Belcher moment.
5.
5. What happens?
I walk up to him and slowly caress his buttocks.
You cup his cheek
Yes.
and his
Say, this is how we communicate.
all right. As you squeeze, he reciprocates and touches your butt, and then looks over at James and reaches his hand out to touch your butt. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's like that. That's one way to do it. Yes, you could do all sorts of with the stabbing. I get it. Make it a little less aggressive, so as you go along. Yes, will you make them stop being so aggressive now? Is it?
And slowly, all the imps roll for sexy.
And I roll for sexy, and I go to pull my ropes again, and I grabs the hamburger meat, and my skin rips open, and I
Are we
completely.
still in slow mo though? Do you get to re-roll it?
Well, it's not Game Master. Are we still in slow mo?
Sure.
Boy, thank God. So I continue. That's not two ones. Two eins. And I go grabs the hamburger meat, and it's no ropes thinking, and the skin just starts to rip, and I don't stop, for I am a all-powerful, sexy battle wizard. And just my skin falls off, and I let the skin ropes fall off to the side, and
You're as
underneath.
nude as you've ever been.
And underneath, just a bunch of ethereal butterflies of all sorts of different teals, pinks, yellows, all sorts of crazy neon colors fly out. And turns out I was the butterflies all along. And I find my feet as I come back to this ethereal plane. I feel my feet hits the felt. And I am back in the... Was it the Chamber of Ages? Sure. I am back in the Chamber of Ages.
So he is, and this is cool because I didn't know what this term was, but I've known what like the art style is. So he bursts into this vapor wave of butterflies. Vaporwave. I didn't know like that had a name to it. I just thought it was like fucking neon. You fixing that?
Yeah.
Cool. It's been driving me crazy.
Which way?
That way, but
Yeah,
we
if
need
you
to just put
throw
something
a
underneath
clip
it.
underneath it.
Wait, there we go. Nope. Better?
That's- no.
Like throw
Flip
the clip
the
on
side.
the wood.
No. Oh.
Oh, like just put it there.
Oh. You wanna
Sorry,
go
everybody.
real quick?
No, this is great. We're all figuring it out.
Yeah, the problem is the wood is slanted.
Yeah.
It's not any better, but alright.
So if you put the clip,
Clip?
talk term.
Look to the right.
Put the
Flip
instead
the
of having
right
the clip
of the-
this way, have the clip this way
I got
because it does this thing.
Sorry, everybody.
Never apologize for getting proper camera angles.
I know
Getting
my
a
face
good
is
look
right
at our
there.
basement. Look at the rafters of the basement.
Yeah, that looks good.
Better?
Little. Do we want to go to break or no?
Well,
Oop.
No.
no,
You got it?
it seems a piece.
Okay, cool. Fine. So you land your feet down onto the felt of Can we go higher? Is that right?
It's the felt of 1,000 felts.
The felt of
Is that better?
this
Here's AJ. We just must go.
slouch.
He sit down next to his chair.
Sorry,
So,
everybody.
He's got his hands.
Yep. You guys, you see James Van Beek burst into ethereal butterflies, and as your feet touch down on the felt, what's everybody else doing? I feel
I'm so sorry.
We represent guild.
If the sexy librarian demon is still charmed by me, I'm going to ask, now what was all of this about?
He goes, well, I haven't touched a butt in a millennia. I figured I'd touch somebody's butt by poking it. I am ashamed.
As you should be. Don't touch butts without consent.
So true. True. And that's the...
And now we all learned something today.
The more you know.
What if we
Don't
leave
you?
kids?
Um,
Boy, if kids are watching this.
yeah.
I hope they're not.
Rough.
So, you have. I'm calling it. That's it. That's all I got.
Who were you sent by? You said that your bosses or something.
The idea was
Oh, you were.
I'm the boss of the librarian and was using him all along for my plot, which was weak in general, but mostly rolled on a table. So, as you have now determined this this motive behind the incubus, and that he has not touched a butt in a millennia and has now touched a butt and believes that butt touching should be consensual despite how long it has been that he's touched a butt.
Things change.
He has, you see him, he goes, I know this now and will return to my domain and ask consent next time. I apologize.
Take care. Bon voyage.
Bon voyage.
Running down the hall.
Didn't have ropes this time because it's a full reset, right? Like it's a full you're in your original starting timer, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Bust open the door with my bootler shit, my full ropes, Whoa. Where does they go?
They have returned to their domain.
They agreed to consent.
Oh, was? Yes, was, good,
Yes.
yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Consent like tea, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah.
Consent like tea.
There's a YouTube
It's a
video, and it's
video.
like consent is like making somebody a cup of tea.
Oh. Yes, I've seen
It does a great job of explaining.
it. It does.
Turns out it's very easy to do.
Yes.
Now he knows. And knowing is half the battle.
Cool. So, that's all I have with Sexy Battle Wizards. We are going to talk and do our little hangover, right? Do we want to break or do we want to just kind of dive into it?
I think we can.
Let's do a quick break because I really still want to fix this camera.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
Cool. So
I'm
we'll be back in like 2 minutes. We're going to fix the camera. We'll be back to talk about kind of improvised tabletop RPGs, one page, quick stuff, and no prep kind of thing. So yeah, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Thank you for bearing with us. Still on the camera shot. Thank you for bearing with us. I feel like we finally got the camera right.
Hey,
I feel like it was pretty.
guess you could call you a sexy battle camera wizard.
That's what they say.
really rolls off the tongue.
Yes, it does.
It's on my card. So yeah, how did we enjoy Sexy Battle Wizards?
I think it was a lot of
Super
fun.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to, well, I guess I would equate it to like your first session of like a D&D campaign
Yeah.
where you haven't really gotten to know your character very yet. You haven't like gotten in touch with them or anything. So, and also not having a spells list or anything like that to go off of. You literally just have to use your imagination. For me, that's a little bit harder, like a lot of it hard.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have picked water cannon as my spell.
Right.
I would have remembered flame blades over here were a thing.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, it was also like a poor roll. Like, if she'd have rolled cool, they would have burst into mist or something. I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Would have gotten
That's
real
true.
steamy in there.
yeah.
It still got steamy.
Oh, it
You-
did.
Tell you what, Moira.
With all that
Lots
butt
of butt
touching.
Lots
lots of
of
butt.
butt touching.
Yeah, we had a very Tina
Belcher.
Belcher ending.
Yes.
And I deemed it appropriate to, I don't know, like kind of was like, all right, cool, this is the route we're going to go. And we're going to definitely hit on consent if we're talking about Sexy Battle Wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was really fun though.
Yeah.
Really, really fun.
My,
Ooh, hi, Tito.
so like there was like a roll, like the under the GM portion that I blocked out for you guys when I sent you like the rules. So like GM section, it says what's going wrong, and you can roll twice, and one of them is I rolled for was rogue automatons built by a sexy wizard,
Perfect.
and then the second one was demonic incursion from within the inner sanctum, and the last one was like who did this, and one of the options is a librarian, sexy, who guards the information you need, and
Naturally.
there's a handful of others, but those are the ones I rolled, and I was like, all right, well, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I figured with a demonic incursion, I immediately thought of Dave Grohl
That's so funny.
as the sexiest devil I know, apparently, besides the robot devil, of course, from
Oh, yes.
Futurama. So,
Yeah.
hey, what's up?
Tito's coming in to say hi. You coming over here, buddy? I see you.
Getting him away from the snakes.
He's not
He's not working his
bro.
way towards the snacks quite yet. He's working his way towards this snack right here, Moira. Because he's being nice and he knows that if he's nice, then he can get a treat.
But he
Look at him.
also has like cat fur that's
Yeah, he's
let's get him down.
He's a big boy.
Me,
He's
he's an enormous cat.
a big boy.
So yeah,
Jim,
that was
Jim
like
Bob.
that was like my notes
Funny.
were animated book automatons, library, sexy librarian, demonic books. That's all I had.
That was good.
This is a game made for drinking.
Yes.
You think? I think you can have fun without drinking. Absolutely.
Well,
Well,
sure. But are we not the roll for Revelry crew?
Yeah, I think people can revel in different ways, and I
Yeah,
think that we
that's
should
fair.
encourage that. You know?
Yeah.
I revel in
Alcohol
fun.
is a depressant.
Yeah.
It's not
I think
exactly
I
everyone's
think
best
you know in
friend.
some light, you know, we like to have beers. We all come from like a brewing background or like food service and stuff
Restaurant, yeah.
or something like that. Do you work in a
Bartender.
restaurant? That's what I thought. But
I'm at the
so like that's kind of like where our mindset goes. But I think that like you could easily play this game, have a great time, and it does. I feel like you need to be comfortable with the people that you're playing with
Oh,
because
absolutely.
if you're not, and it's like strangers and you throw around sexy things, like it can get a little uncomfortable pretty
Right,
quick.
right.
Or like great first date game.
That's a good call.
That's the way.
Or second or third date.
Or like if you want to surprise,
Spice it up.
yeah, if you want to
There
like
definitely will be a
surprise, have
second or a
people,
third.
Yeah.
like you're setting people up in a like non-malicious way, but like you're like, oh yeah, Dan and Gina really need to get together, so we're gonna invite them over. We're gonna
And
play
play
Sexy
Sexy
Battle
Battle
Wizards,
Wizards.
and we're gonna be all sexified, and then they're gonna be like, oh, okay,
They're
I
gonna
get it.
poke butts.
Yeah,
They're going to want to caress.
where's my imp?
Just a cup.
Oh, I should have had it be an imp in a mask. God,
What?
got a gimp.
An imp in a suit.
It's like a thing.
Oh.
It's like I believe like an S&M thing. Is that
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Don't know enough about it.
With
I
like
am
the
not
mask
aware.
with the zippers.
Oh.
Oh yeah, American Horror Story season 1.
Yeah,
That would be. Would that be a gimp suit?
I think
Yes.
so.
FX.
Speaking of boner, Ralph Boner.
Yeah, guys, the boners. That was like fucking great.
That was the one word that came to my mind. I was like,
was good.
oh god,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
came to
say
your
it.
mind.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
I-
So yeah, what does anybody have anything they learned? Does anybody like any advice for people that are like just starting out, and like would you suggest this to play for somebody who's like a beginner to TTRPGs?
I would, but also at the same time, I think that this is a little bit harder because it's more improv. You know what I mean? There's like hardly any rules, right? So if somebody is like necessarily a little bit more shy when it comes to improv and they really want to start out, I don't know if this would be the right first fit. But it is also a good way to kind of just like dive in it and just to like try, you know?
I think we've utilized, or at least I have utilized these as an introduction to other tabletops aside from D&D, and I think that that's been beneficial to me because it's like, all right, cool. This mechanic is very easy. I don't need to read 300 pages of a book.
Right.
And it's a one-shot thing. There's low time investment for prep on my part, and like having to learn a system. Like if we wanted to play Call of Cthulhu or Vampire or any of those others, the other big ones that are around, that's a whole new system,
Right.
you know. And not only do I have to learn it if I were to GM, but you would all have to learn it to some extent.
I honestly really think like going from, because we played the, I'm just gonna call it Raccoon Racers or whatever.
Called Trash Panda.
Trash Panda.
I'm sorry.
Crash Pandas. That's right, because we were in a race.
Right.
And we had to,
Yeah, it was like a soapbox derby, right?
yeah, we had to get into the derby. And we didn't have a car, remember? So we ended up stealing one.
Yeah, it was
Or a sled.
it was holiday.
It was like
themed
that pink one.
because
It
it was a
was
sled
holiday
that you
themed.
guys had. Like it was around Christmas when we played it.
The
so,
Mauve Avenger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
And then
fun.
you guys
All
played
your
Honey
hand
Heist.
hands out there.
Um,
So these all of them in common for me, if they're all from the same person,
yeah, from the same.
Um,
yeah.
seems like they could be for if you've never played any like tabletop RPG before, or if you're extremely experienced. It felt like for me like it's that first turn around the table and then it clicks for everybody. And like D&D like can take a little bit of time,
Sometimes,
especially if
right.
like as like I'm sure you may agree with this or not, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Playing a druid as a first character is kind of tough.
Yeah.
That's like playing a wizard as a first character.
Right.
Like that's
There's a lot of
spell
moving
book
parts.
and picking your spells and
every day.
It's an intense class, especially because there's a lot of versatility and lots of utility with Druid. That like you have a lot going on, and you can play this character that's like helping with like not weird spells, but like utility based spells like move earth or like that kind of stuff. Like you don't know how you're going to use it until you use it.
Yeah.
Versus you could tank as a druid, just changing into animals. You could, there's a handful of other things, but like being able to dive into something, this is very light. This is very like,
It is light, yeah.
and everybody's kind of on the same page. There's not really like a class system. There's not like I'm good at this and you're good at this and that kind of conversation. And then there's also not like how many times did we talk and we're like, I don't know what I would roll, but I want to do this.
Yeah.
And the idea behind it is like, well, then you just do it.
Right.
And we move on to the next part where it's going to be an event that you want to change. I think that's a different aspect. I've been looking into another tabletop also to kind of gear up for an awesome tabletop that we just kickstarted.
Wait, who just kickstarted, AJ?
Is this that fund facts joke again?
Oh, I was just getting you to say Dogman.
No, that's not who I'm talking about.
Oh, you better. My fault.
So, I was actually talking about Court of Blades, which is from I'm not sure what.
Oh, a entirely this is something you saw on.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought like we as a company.
Oh,
I
no.
thought that's what
No,
you were like.
no.
Oh, because like they.
By a couple of Drakes. They are on the community, and they kind of. But like, I want to play their game. I want to check it out. I want to. But it runs off of different systems, so I've been looking into other systems and running how like Blades in the Dark works, and that's a different system as well. But like, kind of expanding your reach in tabletop kind of helps you with all the other aspects. And yeah, I'm excited to learn different mechanics and kind of do one shots. But I think, for the sake of what we're doing, I think that like we're probably gonna always have a home with D&D in some way.
Oh yeah.
This would be a really cool game to break out at, like, if you have a D&D group and somebody can't make it, which I'm sure everyone who is hearing my voice
Yeah,
right now has
for
had
sure.
an experience
Yeah.
with times 100.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, we're going to meet up at 7 o'clock. At 6:55, somebody texts and goes, oh, I can't make it. It's like, well, you don't want to continue the campaign and just be like, oh,
Right.
they disappear into the void,
Right.
and then they reappear next session or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's.
Then you have to catch them up on everything that had
Yeah.
happened, and then
And
try
instead
to.
you
Yeah.
could just bust
It's a lot
out
of
this,
reworking.
just be
And, like,
like, hey,
Yeah,
here's everyone gets a D6.
Yeah.
catching
and
up
just play.
somebody on their own story too, on their own character isn't ideal. There's like a handful of horror stories out there too that kind of stuff happens. And obviously like those are situations that you don't want to be a part of that group. But I think when it comes to these kinds of games, like if you find a group that's you're very comfortable with, a group that you've played with at least once before and want to kind of branch out from D&D or from whatever your base thing is. And let's say all you play is Pathfinder, all you play is Call of Cthulhu or Vampire, and you want to kind of branch out to something else. I think this is like a good gateway look into other tabletops, and I think that
Especially if the tabletop that you're looking forward to maybe exploring is overtly sexy or battle-based
or wizard
or
yeah.
or wizard forward.
Or all of it. All of the above.
Best be dubbed.
We will definitely be doing something like this again. As I texted all of you and I said, do you want to know what the description is and not the name, or the name and the description, and not the description? You either get one or the other. And you guys all chose name. I gave you a list of 3 names, all by Grant Howitt, and you guys chose Sexy Battle Wizards naturally, but we'll definitely be doing something like this in the future. It's a fun one shot. It's great. Like, it's Mother's Day. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's watching this.
Right,
Keep
right.
it light,
Going
keep it
on,
cool.
Absolutely.
People
So,
can
yeah.
tune into this on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and be like, oh, dang, I was really looking forward to what happens with Orla and crew.
Yeah.
But
instead,
instead
we'll
they're
have to
treated to a
wait.
horribly offensive German accent
Yeah.
and a lot of butt touching.
So before we
That's
kind of
nice.
give what's going on in the next few weeks, you guys have any closing remarks or anything like that?
Hug your mother.
Stay sexy. Wizard.
Stay sexy, Battle Wizard. Hug your mother.
Ask permission before poking or caressing or touching butts.
Or any other part of anybody's body. Ever.
Appropriate, 100%, and I can't stress that enough.
Be
So-
adult about things.
Yeah. We will actually not be here next week.
Boo.
We are celebrating Bob, who is our other player.
Yay.
They are getting married this summer, and it is their bachelor and bachelorette party. So
Cool.
we will be hanging out with them.
Yeah, we're gonna go hang out in the woods.
Yes.
So yeah, we will be doing that next weekend. So we will not be recording. But we will be recording the week after that. And we will find out what exactly the gang is going to do with the information that they have now from Irvina Lacey, the officiate of Holden, what they have, the information they have from Mr. Monocle, and how they're going to work out I believe you guys are trying to spring a trap for the Ingiba. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. But until next week,
Butts.
but Not next week, but the week after. We will see you here Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to check out our YouTube for our past videos and such. Yeah, you can find us by Googling us at YouTube.
Mhm.
I feel like I don't need to tell you the address. You're not going to write it down anymore.
www.
Roll for Revelry. We are Roll for Revelry.
http://
Yes.
We are Roll for Revelry. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Dos.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Nobody here is a loser. You're right.